So today we are going to be installing window guide bushings.
It's time to go. All I want to do is eat. I want you to eat. I want you to eat. I want you to want this shit. Do you want it? Do you want it? Show me.
So we're going to get these door panels off. We're going to put these window guide bushings in. And we're going to talk a little bit. There's still a few more things that I would like to talk to you guys about concerning the Foxbodies. Also, you may hear that my voice is a little hoarse today. Be a lot of clearing my throat today and trying to get through this video. So Andrew will be here in a few minutes, but until then, let's kind of touch up on some of the things that we were talking about previously. In my previous video, we were talking about, is it too easy to make horsepower these days? Well, that kind of led over into me talking about the Foxbodies. I've had a few guys mention Foxbodies aren't slow. Guys, if anybody on this earth agrees with you, it's me. But it comes down to your definition of fast. What is fast to you? A Foxbody with a few bolt-ons, some sticky tires in the back, some gears, maybe a little shot of nitrous, absolutely is a fast car. But what are you comparing it to? There are so many elite level cars out there now. You know, it's really hard to say that these cars can compete with that. What you get into when you build one of these cars to run in the nines and so on and so forth is typically you get a car that is not street worthy anymore. You can put in a Coyote in these cars, turbo it, one of the new 10-speed transmissions, and yes, you can drive these cars anywhere and everywhere. But that takes a lot of money and a lot of time. So it goes back to my argument of you can make anything fast. We all know that, right? You can make a Yugo fast if you got enough money. What I'm talking about with these cars is working with what you've got. What I'm trying to say is putting bolt-ons on these motors, on these stock engines and stock transmissions, and just working with what you have. When you're done, you have a quick car. There's a possibility you have an 11-second car. It all really just depends. And you're going to have to stay away from the automatics in these cars if you want to go fast. Now, I know there's an argument out there. I know a lot of guys say the AODs aren't that bad. You can upgrade. Sure, you can upgrade. But as far as your stock stuff, T5 is really going to be the way to go, and you're going to have to drive the shit out of it. Guys, I love Foxbodies. They are quick cars, and I actually demand more respect for these cars for being quick and for being fun. But let's be real, guys. You're not going to get one of these cars, throw a GT40 intake on it, some 373 gears, and some sticky tires, and go out there and outrun the world. It's not happening. So that's my point in saying what I said earlier. I am a huge advocate of these cars. Love them. They're really fun cars, and they are quick. And yes, to contradict myself in a sense, you can go out there and compete. You just got to stay within your ranks. So I'll go ahead and show you what it is that you have to deal with on these Foxbodies whenever these window guide bushings go out. You can see the window is already starting to come up crooked. Once it gets up here, it wants to completely stop. So what you have to do then is come in and push this window back, and then it's going to do it again. See? And you're going to have to push it back. So that's why we'll be replacing the window guide bushings. Also, I need to get in here and see if I can fix this switch, see what's going on here, because this side does not work. So we're going to go ahead and start pulling this apart. Hopefully Andrew will be here in a few minutes. We'll give you a little bit of an update on the Drew Coupe. There's not much to say. He hasn't done much with it. He's just enjoyed driving the car, which honestly I think is very cool in itself. Let's get started. Okay guys, so we've covered this in a couple videos before on how to remove your door panels. So I'm not really going to show you a step-by-step. We'll probably just do a little bit of a time lapse here, and we'll listen to some good music. One thing to note, guys, these things break off pretty easily, and they just kind of get lost over the years. So a lot of times you don't have anywhere to screw your armrest into, because obviously that's what it attaches to. Now, as you can see over here, I have a different one, but it works just fine. You can go to your local auto parts store or Lowe's or somewhere and pick one of these up. Now, I could not find the correct size, a match for this one, but that's fine. Really, anything will work. You just want to be able to have a nut on the back side of this thing to attach a bolt to. So you got to kind of do what you got to do. I probably could have looked on LMR and found these, but honestly, I just didn't think anything of it. I needed one. So I ran up to my local hardware store and picked one up. Just something to note, guys. All right, let's go ahead and get this thing off. I'll go ahead and show you guys what it is that wears out on these windows. As you can see, they just completely wear out and you get a bunch of slop. So This is why your window rocks back and forth whenever you're trying to let it up. So obviously we have a problem with our window switch not working. We know that the window motor works and that the wires are connected correctly. And the reason why I know that is because obviously that switch works. So what we're gonna do is pull this apart. Right here you can see it has some clips. I'm gonna pull these apart and we're gonna hope that the contacts are just dirty. Now I'm not 100% on that and there could be another issue, but we're gonna pull it apart anyway, look at it, clean the contacts, and see if we can fix this.
Now that this shit begins to low from side to side, let the ride, break it down. You know I like when you hike and you throw it all around, different style, different.
So I'm pretty sure you guys can't see it, and I'm not gonna have any way of really zooming in for you, but inside of here are some contacts. I don't know that that's the problem, but what we're gonna do is attempt to clean these contacts off right here, and we're gonna check this and see if that's the problem. It could be a few different things, honestly, but we're definitely gonna try this first and see if that's it. Looks like the window goes down, so that worked. Now we still have an issue on this side. Okay guys, I've got the down button to work. I'm gonna have to figure out what's going on with the up button. So I'm gonna go ahead and test everything and then I'll let you know what I find out. It is getting power all through here, all the way up to the motor. So I'm not quite sure there. It does work on the driver's side. So I will continue to work on this. But as you guys can see, you can pull these apart and clean the contacts. And more than likely that's gonna fix most of your problems. This problem is there's something else going on in the wiring. So that's going to be where my problem is, but we did at least get it to go down, so I guess that's a good thing. Anyway, moving over to this, Andrew is not here yet. He's slow as usual, so what we're going to do is go ahead and start this process. So you're going to take this off, and then there's one down here that you're going to remove also. As you can see, this is not a hard process, and here are your window guide bushings. You can see these things are severely worn. So all you're going to do then is just come in and, well, pop them out. I'll show you guys just how bad they are. I mean, these things are obviously all original. On this rod, you definitely want to come in and clean this off. So I'll show you my process of cleaning it and getting all the old grease off. Because honestly, at this point, this grease and debris has turned into sandpaper. So all this is going to do is just wear this out. So it's going to act like sandpaper, and these things aren't going to last any time. Well, look who it is. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get this thing cleaned up. I'm going to take the easy way out today, and we're just going to go ahead and use the grinder, you know, but you're going to have to find something to cut through this grease with.
Hey girl, I'm turning into dust again. My melancholy baby.
Brake cleaner would work, you know, gas, any type of parts cleaner would work. And guys, we're hardcore around here. We don't use gloves and shit like that much. It's good for you. All these chemicals are good for you, unless you live in California. Don't do this.
Then they cause cancer.
All right, we have a little nick right here, and I feel a sharp edge on it, so I'm going to sand that down so that it doesn't catch this new window guide bushing and, you know, start to deteriorate it. So we're going to go ahead and clean that off. That's just a little small file from Harbor Freight. Just want to get that rough edge off of it. You got to put your window guide bushings in first before you put your rod back in. So we're going to go ahead and drop these bushings in, then we're going to pop this back in. And it's just that simple. So now we have to get the rod back in, and to do that we're going to have to get this window all the way back down. More than likely we're going to get some of this on our window, but to me it's easier to go ahead and just kind of lube this thing up before you put it in the car. Let's just do this shit. So on this, the best thing to do is just pull the window out, or the body of the door out. That bottom hole down here is extremely hard to get lined back up, so be careful. If you have tinted windows, best of luck to you guys. The best thing you could probably do is line the top of your window with painter's tape. Andrew brought that up just a second ago. I didn't think about it, didn't do it, and now my window is scratched up. You know what? You live and you learn. Once you drop everything back in, just leave it loose. So this is the way you adjust your windows anyway. So the best thing to do is once you get the rod in, loosely put the nuts back on and let your window all the way up, and then tighten everything down. So when you're all the way up, go ahead and snug everything down. So at this point, we should have a fully operational window. Let's check it and see. As you can see, my window is a little slow going up. That's just because this new run channel molding is really tight that we put in not too long ago. So it's going to be a little slow. It probably needs new motors and whatnot, but overall, it's a really simple job. The only thing you need to watch out for is when you're putting the rod back in or taking it out, make sure you put some painter's tape across the window so that you don't scratch it up. And when you're pulling this thing in and out, just grab this piece here and pull it back, guys. That's about the only way you're going to be able to do it. The other way to do it is to take the plates off in here with it. These plates right here, you can take those off and you just kind of slide the whole thing out. So that is an option also. Anyway, guys, I hope this helped you. We're gonna go ahead in this video. Well, actually, no, we are not done. We still have to do a door handle. You guys have already seen that, so I'll probably just do a quick time lapse on it, add a little bit of music for you guys. And as always, thanks for watching. So we've already got the door handle off. Like I said, you guys have seen this before. I'm just going to slide this door handle in from this side, and there is a rod in here that you have to manipulate a little bit sometimes to get in. They're not always easy. So if any of you guys are struggling with these door handles, don't feel bad. It's just kind of part of it. And that is much better than before. Alright guys, we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to throw these door panels back on. Me and Andrew are going to hang out, and we're going to go ahead and make another video for you guys talking about his car. So look forward to that pretty soon.
Keeps Georgia on my mind.